Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Astrology for Beginners. This is video number 10 of 30 to be produced. Don't be alarmed. Today we're talking about the Cancer Glyph, and the videos, all of which run for about 10 minutes, sometimes 15, they can be found on my playlist. Very easy to find. There's a table of contents on the playlist. Simple Astrology for Beginners. You can dive in there and have a look at what you want. But I would suggest, at least with respect to those videos on the planets, I think there's about 6 or 7, and the 12 that we do on the signs, to go through them in order at some stage. You don't have to do it straight away, but if you go through them in order, then you will see the spiritual plot unfold, because astrology actually is a very mystical subject, a very spiritual subject, and it is, if you like, a code of creation from the divinity. Now, Cancer is the 4th sign of the Zodiac, and it is represented by, let's have a look at this, see if you can see these, 2 circles joined by 2 curved lines. That's straightforward enough, isn't it? I will mention in passing, there is, I understand, a prominent astrologer who is suggesting that these actually represent a lady's breasts. Forget about that, they do not. And I'll tell you why they don't, because there's actually a much more thousands of years old mystical explanation for the symbols, as there are for all the symbols in astrology. Now, we have 2 curved lines. Now, under the impulse in Cancer, under the Cancer impulse, the soul scans heaven and it looks down deep into the inferno of human passion. The 2 circles show the 2 aspects of existence which all of creation needs to manifest, and they remain united under this impulse, though maintaining their separate identity, as you can see. So they're united, but they maintain a separate identity. Now, Cancer is ruled by the moon. You may know that. We'll go into rulership of planets later on. Well, the moon is responsible for the sustaining of life on the earth. And you will have seen in a previous video that I've done the different qualities of the moon there. I can't remember what it is, 2 or 3 in the series. The moon has the power to induce the development of the spiritual faculties, as well as the power to perform magic, and in particular, black magic, I'm sorry to say. Now, the curved lines in the Cancer symbol, they reflect this basic urge that I've just mentioned. The upper curve, which is this one up here, that shows the possibilities of performing the finer feelings which are emanating from the depth of the inner being, that is, from those of your soul. And the downward bulge down here, or this downward tail, if you like, that involves the search for power and material cravings. So you can see there's something of a balancing act required for those born and with ascendants in Cancer. But this is also true of the world soul. Now, and I'll talk of the world soul in the next video on Leo, because we haven't become individualized as yet. Now, Cancer is associated, therefore, with a lot of mystery. Now, the 4th zodiac sign, Cancer, what it does is it imprints the different forms of manifestation with their future possibilities and their ultimate destination. In a sense, Cancer is the software programmer that creates the program of what will come. Cancer stands for all latent potential. Now, what I mean by latent is that it is within something or within you, but it has not yet been developed. So something that is latent is there, but it hasn't yet been deleted. And so it stands for that, as well as the ultimate goal of every form of creation. It also induces, and this is important, it induces the gradual unfoldment of all the different states of consciousness and all the different dimensions of existence. Correct. This dimension of existence is not all there is. Let's look at this symbol again and see what there is. Well, the left symbol here, that represents the latent potential of the individual, and it contains in it the faculties, that is, those things lying in wait that are yet to be developed. Now, this can relate to you as a person. It could relate to a plant. It could relate to a star. It could relate to a planet. It can relate to anything in material creation. The inherent attraction of the latent faculties which are contained here, they have an attraction for their perfect form and the perfection of their faculties, and that is contained here. So there is an attraction here to here. What is latent here is attracted to the perfected form of what lies within. And this right-hand circle here, this is always sending impulses to the soul to guide it forward in the right way. Now, the two circles of Cancer in this symbol here, they really represent a mini world. At this level of manifestation and divine energy, there exists the concretized, that is the formed, there exists concretized duality. There is duality at this stage, such as spirit and matter, form and consciousness. Now note, I say and consciousness. I know there are many scientific materialists and neurologists who assert, without any evidence whatsoever, that consciousness is a product of electrical activity in the brain. Well, if it was electrical activity, there's more electrical activity occurring in the sun than there is in the human brain. So would you say that the sun is conscious? On that thesis, you would have to do so. But consciousness is fundamental. It is something which has always existed along with and as part of, and is intrinsic to the divinity. Now, latency and the fully blossomed potential are also in existence. So there is in Cancer the identification of what the latent faculties are and what the fully blossomed outcome is. Now, of course, things like free will along the way can make a person lose the track and not listen to the impulses which are being sent to the soul by this form of the symbol. The intelligence has also been polarized. Duality has become manifest, and the outward journey, the evolutionary journey into the realm of time and space with Cancer has begun. So that's what the mystical background to the symbol of Cancer is. Next time we'll look at Leo, and until then remember one thing, and it is that you are a legend, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. But until then, it's bye for now.